Everyone talks about aging like it's only about getting weaker. But what if the truth was completely different? In my 10 years of working closely with older adults, I've learned a powerful lesson. Aging is not a slow decline. It's a different kind of strength, one rooted in wisdom, resilience, and survival. You have weathered storms that younger generations can barely comprehend, yet society often sees you through a distorted lens. As the years pass, people start asking questions, some wrapped in kindness, others piercing straight to the heart, but almost all share a dangerous trait. They are traps. They quietly test your boundaries, judge your choices, and probe for your vulnerabilities. And here's the hard truth. If you don't learn to be cold when faced with these moments, not unkind, not bitter, but unshakable, you risk surrendering the hard-earned peace you deserve. If you agree it's time to reclaim your dignity and protect your power, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment ready below. I'll be watching closely. Now, let's dive into the first question you must never answer after 60, because safeguarding your peace begins by safeguarding your privacy. Now that we understand why protecting your peace is essential, let's begin with one of the most dangerous questions you should never answer. How much money do you have? Question 1. How much money do you have? Ever wonder why sharing your bank balance could quietly destroy lifelong relationships? In my decade of working with older adults, I've seen countless moments where a casual conversation about finances opened the door to manipulation, resentment, and betrayal. It starts innocently enough, perhaps over coffee or a family dinner. But the moment you reveal your savings, whether large or modest, invisible calculations begin. If you say you have little, pity creeps in. If you say you have plenty, envy follows close behind. Worse yet, once someone borrows money once, they often believe they have a lifetime pass to your hard-earned security. Your savings represent decades of sacrifices, sleepless nights, and silent battles. They are yours, not a community fund for others to tap into. The best response? Stay silent. Shrug it off. Change the subject. Protect your privacy like you protect your health, fiercely and without apology. And if you're wondering what other seemingly harmless questions could endanger your peace and dignity, stay with me, because the next one might strike even closer to home. Question 2. Who are you leaving your money to? If you think questions about your savings are invasive, the next one cuts even deeper. Who are you leaving your money to? The sweetest smiles can hide the sharpest knives, especially when they start asking about your will. Over the years, I've watched seniors fall into emotional traps, believing they were simply sharing their wishes, only to find themselves surrounded by false affection. At first, they seem to care, offering help, bringing small gifts, checking in just because. But the moment they realize they aren't named beneficiaries, their warmth evaporates, exposing the painful truth: it was never love. It was an investment in hope for a payout. This is why your final wishes must be guided by your values, not by anyone's expectations. Your legacy is your voice, your story, your right to protect. When someone dares to ask about your will, remember, the less they know, the less they can scheme. No details, no promises, no openings for manipulation. Your peace is worth far more than any inheritance. Stay private, stay powerful. And speaking of emotional traps, wait until you hear the next question, because it doesn't target your money, it targets your heart. Question 3. Why don't your kids visit you more often? After navigating the traps that target your money, we now reach an even more sensitive battlefield: your heart. One of the cruelest questions you may face is, why don't your kids visit you more often? At first glance, it may seem like harmless curiosity, but hidden beneath it is a painful judgment, a silent accusation that you somehow failed as a parent. In my years of working with seniors, I have seen how this single question can reopen wounds that never fully healed. It stirs up self-doubt, shame, and grief that no parent deserves to carry in silence. But here's the truth no one says out loud. Family relationships are complex. Sometimes distance is a byproduct of busy lives, and other times, sadly, it's a conscious choice. Yet, whatever the reason, it's nobody's business but yours. You owe no one an explanation for the personal rhythms of your family life. The more you explain, the more you invite judgment, and the more you protect your peace by staying silent, the stronger you remain. So the next time someone asks this hurtful question, lift your chin, smile warmly, and say, every family has its own story. And trust me, you'll need that strength, because the next question coming isn't about love or money. It's about your very identity. Question 4. How old are you really? After they question your family, some will aim straight at your identity with a deceptively innocent question. How old are you really? At first, it feels harmless, just small talk. But don't be fooled. How old you are is not just a number in their eyes. It's a weapon to box you in. In my decade of supporting older adults, I've witnessed how the simple disclosure of an age triggers subtle but powerful shifts. Suddenly, your abilities are underestimated. Your opinions, no matter how sharp, are politely dismissed. It's heartbreaking, because you are so much more than a number. Your mind, your spirit, your dreams, they don't come with an expiration date. Yet when society slaps a number on you, it often silently defines what they believe you can or cannot do. And that's why the smartest response is to keep them guessing. Your age is your private power. It is your armor against labels, assumptions, and quiet exclusion. The next time someone asks how old you are, smile with confidence and say, old enough to know better, young enough to keep growing. Because trust me, the next question they ask won't be about your age. It will be about your personal happiness and how they think you should live it. Question 5. Are you dating anyone? After they try to box you in with a number, the next move often strikes at your personal happiness. Are you dating anyone? On the surface, it sounds casual, even caring. But lurking beneath are layers of judgment, expectation, and unsolicited opinion. Over the years, I've seen too many seniors feel cornered by this question, forced into defending whether they should love again or whether they are better off alone. If you say yes, whispers of too soon or too risky swirl around. If you say no, pity wraps around you like a suffocating blanket. But here's the truth. Your happiness isn't up for debate. Whether you choose to find love again or live joyfully solo, that decision belongs to you alone. You are not too old for companionship, and you are certainly not incomplete without it. Your heart, your choices, your timeline, they are sacred. No one has the right to measure them by their standards. So when someone asks about your love life, respond with a knowing smile and say, I'm happily living my story, one day at a time. And hold that strength close, because the next question won't just test your emotions. It will attempt to pull your energy, your time, and even your freedom. Question 6. Why don't you help out more? After questioning your emotions and relationships, some people will shift tactics and aim for your sense of duty. They ask, often without hesitation, why don't you help out more? It sounds innocent, but beneath it lies a dangerous entitlement, as if your time, energy, and presence are owed simply because you're no longer clocking into work. In my decade of supporting seniors, I've seen this pattern unfold too often. The retired are expected to babysit, run errands, attend every event. Always available, always accommodating. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. You have already given more than enough. You built families, you supported communities, you sacrificed silently for decades. Retirement is not a new chapter of endless obligations. It's the long overdue reward for a life of service. You owe no one your time anymore. Your hours are precious, and they belong to you now. Protect them fiercely, without guilt or apology. So the next time someone tries to guilt you into giving more than you wish, just smile and say, I'm honoring this season of my life by living it on my terms. Because up ahead, the next question won't just poke at your generosity. It will attempt to reopen the deepest regrets you've fought to heal. Question 7. What's the worst thing you've ever done? After trying to pull your time and energy, some people will make one final, devastating move. They will dig into your past. They ask with fake innocence, what's the worst thing you've ever done? Make no mistake, this is not curiosity. It's a hunt for ammunition. Over my years of working with seniors, I've seen how quickly a trusted conversation can turn into a weapon. The more you reveal, the more vulnerable you become. People rarely forget your confessions. Instead, they store them away, ready to judge or gossip when it suits them best. But here's what experience teaches. Your past is not public property. It's a sacred archive of everything you have survived, learned, and overcome. You owe no one a confession. Not a single regret. Not a single scar. If someone presses you for your worst mistakes, simply smile with wisdom and say, I've lived many lives, and not all stories need to be shared. Because your dignity is not up for trade. Your journey, every victory, every misstep, is yours alone to honor. And now, as we close this journey through the 7 questions you should never answer, remember, true strength in old age comes not from explaining yourself, but from guarding your peace with quiet, unshakable grace. Now you see, silence is not weakness. It is wisdom earned through a lifetime of storms survived. In old age, your greatest strength often lies not in speaking louder, but in choosing when not to answer at all. You don't owe the world your memories, your struggles, your private joys, or your future plans. The less you explain, the more peace you protect. Each of the 7 questions we explored today isn't just a conversation starter. It's a hidden test. A test of your boundaries, your dignity, and your self-respect. By staying silent, you refuse to let others define your story or diminish your worth. Your life belongs to you, not to nosy relatives, not to opportunists, not to those who come only to take, not to understand. If today's video resonated with you, please honor your journey by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us, which question resonated the most with your life experience? Your wisdom deserves to be guarded, celebrated, and lived fully on your terms, not theirs. Stay strong. Stay silent when needed. And never forget, your peace is priceless. Protect it with quiet, unshakable grace.